So we were we were working on the React Router Down program, and we got ourselves more or less to this stage with the programming class. And then there was just a couple things we didn't really cover. Here it is showing the address page, and here it is showing the get file page, where you can see it's become a single page app with only one page being viewed at a time. And um, if I run the program, you can see that I've done a little styling so that it doesn't just show up as uh, two list items. It sort of looks a little tiny bit different. And in the address menu program, there's a style the menu section. And if you click here, you can see the code that I used to style the menus. And then in the application, you can create a file called elfheader CSS, paste all that into it, and then in elfheader, you link in that page, and you're good. So that was how we got to where we are as we start working working today. So I'm going to transform this program into one that looks like this, that uses Material UI. So we're going to get rid of our header that we... Oh, I know, there was one other thing, wasn't there? Some people had asked about this icon that I had, and here's where I got images from. I think the one that I got was this one, and then you can download it, and then well, I guess I'm not actually using it in this one, am I? Oh no, I am. Okay. So what am I doing here? This is really sad. I'm in very bad shape today. Oh, I think I just saved it as logo.svg. I could have given it its own name, but I just downloaded the file, and then when I downloaded it, I saved it as logo.svg, and then I didn't have to make any changes in elf header. It just loaded automatically. Or if you wanted, you could download it, and I think the way I downloaded it actually was to get to this stage, you know, where I'm looking at the URL, and then I probably just said something like this, and then I just changed it to whatever it was, logo.svg. And saved it. And then if we go to pictures and logo.svg, there it is, yeah. And you know, SVG files are described mathematically. You could open it up in a text editor and see what it looks like. You know, it's just filled with a bunch of mathematical statements which describe how the picture is drawn. This makes it a lot smaller usually than if it's opened up another way. Okay, then if you use a PNG file or a JPEG file. All right, so we've driven all this into the... Okay, so we want to make it look like this. We're going to get rid of the header, we're going to get rid of everything, and this is sort of a more modern look. I provide links here which lead to this page, which describes Material UI, and you can learn all about it. and particularly you're interested in the components page, where you can learn about the various components that we're going to be using. We're going to be using this one here, the app bar, for instance. And then also from that page, from the home page of Material UI, you can go to Google's Material Design, which is where this stuff comes from. So Material UI is a wrapper for React around Material. And Material is Google's equivalent of Bootstrap. It's, you see it everywhere now. It's the way things look. I don't know what it is. It's none of these things. Well, this is sort of the all Material UI look. It's this flat, strange thing, but it's the way it is. And at any rate, this is written in Material UI. That's why the buttons are colored this way and so on. So I don't know if we're ever going to do it, but we could. So what we'll do is, the first thing we'll do is we'll install Material UI. So I'm working on my address menu version, since it's kind of where we were at the end of class. And the first thing I'll do here then is install Material UI. Or I could do it with Yarn. It doesn't matter. I'm just using npm because I think most of you are. And we go ahead and we do the install. No idea. Okay, so, and then I don't know whether we're ever going to use the Roboto font, but we are at some point going to use these material icons. That's how we get this little icon with the face. So even though I'm jumping ahead here, I'm going to go into index.html from the public directory. Well, here I've already got them pasted in for some reason or another. And there's the both the font and the other one. Okay. So then we go to the MUI, we go to index.js, right? And we wrap it in a MUI theme provider. So we're going to go to index.js, and we're going to wrap things in a MUI theme provider. Okay, and that's a Material UI MUI, Material UI theme provider, and right now we're just showing the default theme. Later we'll get that dark theme that I may not have mentioned, but that we'll talk about later. And then what we want to do is, I'm going to pause things for just 1 second. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go from the index.js page to the elf header page, which I cut just a little bit out of just now to not give away the other assignment. And right now we've got the header here, and I deleted the React router DOM code, although we're still going to use it, but just in a different context. And then what we're going to do in here is we're going to first paste in, we're going to be using 3 different controls from Material UI in this file. That's not right. We're going to use 3 different controls, and the main one we're going to use is the app bar. So I'm going to copy in the app bar, And now we'll go look at our code, and you can see that it's unhappy. Got too many divs here for some reason. They're proliferating. And so now we have the new header, the Material UI header, and the old header. Obviously, the old header doesn't serve a purpose any longer, although it's kind of nice. In some ways, I like the old one better than this one, but I like Material UI overall. And we're not going to use the logo yet. And we haven't yet used drawer and menu items, so they're in gray, but we are going to use them. And we'll go back to the assignment. And then the next thing I ask you to do is in elf header, which has been so simple, I'm going to maintain a little state, okay? So we're going to put in a constructor, and we're going to have a simple bit of state here, a state property called open, and it will reflect whether or not the menu. So right now our app has the hamburger menu, but when you click on it, nothing happens. So our goal here is to make something happen when we click on this menu. So I think I just hit the microphone with my hand. I hope that wasn't loud. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go back here, and here is the drawer, the thing that'll stick out. And I'm pasting it in. So we kept our app bar. We have the drawer, which we said it's not docked. The open state is set to whatever our open property is here. And I forgot to mention that handle toggle obviously changes the state of open. It sets it to whatever it's not right now, right? So if it's currently open, after handle toggle runs, it'll become open will become false. And if it's set to false, then when after handle toggle runs, it'll be set to true. And the next time it runs, set to false, back and forth. It's whatever it's not. So we set the state of the variable open to whatever it is currently not. And we set it to open or false or true. And then, and we can see that we link in this handle toggle method right here with on request change. Then we put in another app bar, and this is all wrong. It shouldn't be Git Explorer. It should be Address Explorer. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be called. Why don't we do Maven so we don't have the same word everywhere? How can that still be in the docs? Let me get that straightened out here. Okay, and then we should change this one to address also. And while I was paused there, I updated the code so that it says the right stuff in it to begin with. I don't know, it's better if you have to type it in, but I don't mean to give you the wrong stuff. So that seems to me like a good breaking point. So why don't I stop the video here, and we'll come back with it and deal with adding another item and adding, but you can see right now it's kind of working, right? Because now we put in that drawer and it opens up. We only have one item to go to, and it actually works. And if we refresh it, whoops, we just aren't doing very well. But if we do it, it actually works. So we're halfway there. What we want to do now is get the buttons working, which it could be very simple, but I'll complicate it just for the heck of it. So why don't we take a break here on this menu, on this video, and then we'll come back and create a new one.